So what's going to happen soon? I have come along here with the tractor and just scraped it, but it didn't really do much. So what's going to happen? This is all going to dry out and become a bit of a tinderbox. In the event that there's a fire, this stuff will go up like nobody's business. So I need to come out here and dreadingly spend a few hours cutting it all back. I don't have a slasher for the tractor, so the whippersnipper, the weed whacker, whatever you want to call it, the spinny thing that knocks weeds down, that'll be it. So I'll have to change that over from the string to the blade, and yeah, come out here and get sweaty, grab my headphones, get some music going, and we're away. Alright, so this is the whip snipper. It's got a little pin in there, so you drop your pin in, finds a hole. It's a bit like a grinder that way, and then you should be able to just unscrew this baby. There you go. So I use that for if I'm going against the walls or fence posts or something like that, where it's got a little bit of give. But for what I'm doing today, these are, I don't know, JK Max. This came with the whippersnipper. I got it extra. There's blades on both sides, so it doesn't matter which way it goes on. So it's a lot like a grinder. It's got a hole and a little recess area that goes on there like that. Let me just, thought there was a plate, and there is. There's a little plate that locks that down, and this thing goes on top of that. And this nut goes on there. If I can get it on. Is it reverse thread? Yes, reverse thread. So lefty tighty, righty loosey. It's actually written on there. And that's just slid out. Back her off. Slip it back in. Alright. Tighten that up. So that's nice. Come back. So yeah, basically flip her over, pull the pin out, and away she goes. So let's see if I can get her fired up. Alright, so she's got a bit of fuel in. I gave her a bit of a prime. Click the start on. It's always a bit awkward. Woo! Let's go. It's a bit hard to do one-handed, but let's see it. Get through it okay. Alright, we'll come back later. Whew. Alright. Well, it's nice and overcast today, but it's still 35 degrees. So I've knocked a lot of that down. I've still got a lot more to go up here. Whew. So that's this part done, and what I'll do is see a lot of it's out, but it's just laying on top. So I'll let that go for a week, and then next weekend I'll anything that's decided to stand back up, I'll come and knock its head off. So now that I've knocked that down, I've got to knock all that down. It's a good 30-40 metres. and what, about 5 metres wide. Gonna be earning the beer tonight. So I'll switch back to the strings, to the line, because I was getting more surface area using this, but it does tend to struggle through this thicker stuff. Getting down low, you can see, you know, it's quite thick, and then when you hit this stuff, it really does struggle with that. But I get a bigger cutting head, so what I might do is I'll come through this now, and I'll give it a week, and then I'll come through it again with the blade and knock the heads off anything still standing. Alright, keep going. Alright, so I've just run out of string line after swapping it out. So you can see here the blade does a good job of just taking everything off, but the surface area on it, or the cutting area, isn't as good. And as we come down here, I came in here with the blade, which is really good at getting through, you know, this kind of stuff, the heavy, thicker stuff. But as I got to here, you can see the blade. I mean, look at that. You know, it'll just cut the wedges of grass or weed out. But as I got here, it got a bit thinner, so I thought I'll switch to the line, and it did a good job out here. But coming in here, it just couldn't cope. So too thick. I mean, look at that. You know, with the blade, I can get right down under that, but with the line I can't. So the swings and roundabouts, I suppose, as far as which one to use in this kind of stuff here. The line does a great job. It just takes it all out. But as it, you know, this was, you can see where it's just shredded. It hasn't cleanly cut. Whereas the blade would just eat through that. It's basically a lawnmower blade on the edge of a snipper or strimmer or weed whacker, whatever you want to call it. But, so yeah, still a bit to go, but I might call it a day for today. So that's a little bit about fire maintenance, I guess, and just basically keeping the place a bit tidier. Yeah, I don't have a slasher for the tractor, so the whipper snipper it is. Alright, I think that's beer o'clock. I hope that resonates with you.